So y'all, Shelle's sister ended up doing an interview at some time around 2022-ish. And she literally gave us the rundown on how basically Shelle was raised and how she ended up being with Sierra, aka Queen Opp. And for more understanding, I'm just gonna call her Sierra, aka Queen Opp. So when I say Sierra, I mean Queen Opp. Sister first talked about Shelle's childhood, and she said, throughout Shelle's childhood, it was practically normal. They said Shelle did sports, she did drill team, she was in extracurriculars, she had friends and things like that. She went to a Catholic school and she used to score high on certain tests. She said also around the time when when you're at that age where you start talking to boys, she said like Shelle used to pull all types of men, nice looking men. Because of Shelle's academics, she ended up going off to college, but she ended up not finishing. So the sister said like back in the day she used to have an apartment, so everybody used to come over, everybody and their friends and her sisters. So either Queen and Sierra met that way, or they both worked at the same job eventually. So that's how they became like closer as friends. So Shelle's family knows of Queen basically, obviously, but still. And so they used to work at the same job. Everything was good. And then eventually Sierra decided to be a stripper. But at the time she had her first son. So she didn't have nobody really like watch her son. She had a relative at her mama's house who babysit. So Sierra thought, cool, like my son could be here while I'm out stripping. And then eventually the mama was like, y'all can't watch kids at my house no more. So that's when Sierra asked Shelle to move in with her so that Shelle could watch her kid while she goes off and strip, and she got paid for it too. So basically that's how it started, like friends, and then Shelle basically became her living babysitter. And the sister said after that, like she started seeing Shelle less and less, only to get mail, and that's it. And then eventually somehow they moved to Atlanta and some other places. The sister reveals that Shelle ended up being beaten on by Sierra at one point, and Sierra spent 1 month in jail for it. The sister and the family, they try to say something, but Shelle still continued to be friends with Sierra throughout this. Then I think that's when social media came in and Queen realized she could make a living off of this.